Hey guys, it's Matt from TOTALmtg here, and it's Deck Tech Tuesday. And today I have a nice little spicy brew. It's a nice little standard deck that I've put together this week, and we're going mono. We're going mono green this week. So with Shadows over Innistrad upon us, will be able to change this deck with hopefully some new cards. But as for now, this deck is ready for rotation. So, you know, that's what I've started to do with my decks at the moment, because we are literally just, you know, going to be changing in the next week or so, I think it is. So anyway, let's get on with the deck and show you what's in it. So as always, we'll start off with the creatures. We start off with a Servant Scale. We run 4 of these. We're going to utilise counters in this deck a little bit with some of the creatures. So Servant Scale comes in with a +1/1 counter. And it's a nice little 1-drop, and it was probably the only 1-drop that I could find that would honestly go with the deck. The next one is Sylvan Advocate. It's been looking for a reason to use this card. It's a 2/3 for 1 and a green. It's got Vigilance, and if you control 6 or more lands, it gets +2/2. And obviously gives the land creatures that, but we haven't got them. We're just running forests in this, as it is mono green. I want to keep to just all green creatures. So yeah, 2/3. We've got a little bit of manipulation in the card draws to hopefully go and find us some lands. We've got Explosive Vegetations, but we ran 4 of them. And then we run Avatar of Resolute. It's got Reach, Trample. It's double green. It's a 3/2. Enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter. So it can come in as a, you know, a 4/3, 5/4, 6/5, or whatever. Avatar Resolute, brilliant card. I use that in my modern mono green deck. And then we're going to go for Mana Gorger Hydra. 4 of these in the deck. Has Trample. It's a 1/1 that comes in at, but whenever a player casts a spell, you put a 1/1 counter on the Hydra. Going to run 4 of them. I only got 1 in my collection at the moment, so I'm hopefully to trade at my local game store this week for the 3 more, because I want to try the deck out. If not, I'll just have to buy them. I needed a 4-drop, so I'm going to play Harvest the Troll. Enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature or land. If you do, you put 2 1/1 counters on it. So it works in with synergy with the deck with the counters. So you can sacrifice a land, you can sacrifice maybe a creature if you have to. You can sacrifice the Servant Scale in response to it as well. And then when that dies, you put more counters on something else. So yeah, I think this, you know, it's a 2/3 for 4, but obviously can become a 4/5 quite easily as well. So we're going to run 3 of them. And then we're going to go to some big green creatures. Green Warden of Marasa. Been sitting in my trade folder, so I thought, come on, let's get it out. It's a 5/4 for 6. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand, which is, you know, pretty sweet. Go back, maybe get a creature or some other card that you might need. And when it dies, you may exile it if you do return target card from your graveyard to your hand as well. So, yeah, that's brilliant cards. And we're going to run a couple of Oran Reef Hydra. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it. If it's a forest, which all of our lands are, you get 2 1/1 counters. So, you know, that's going to be big and bad and hopefully get us the wins. So, now we will go on to the other spells in the deck. We're going to run 4 Oath of Nissas. Helps us go through our deck. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 3 cards. You may reveal a creature, land or planeswalker, and put that into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. You may spend mana any colour to cast Planeswalkers. We have got Planeswalkers. We're running my card that I love at the moment, which is Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. So obviously that the bottom ability doesn't really, you know, make any difference to us. But this for 1 green to help us go through. You know, we've got 4 of them. So obviously legendary play one on the battlefield at a time, but we can sort of go through our deck with them. Inspiring Call. Get us some card draw. Obviously, we're going to have creatures with a lot of counters on, hopefully. So you can draw a card for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible. So, pretty sweet card for this deck. And then just some Explosive Vegetations, because obviously we're missing a few of the 4-drops. We've got the creature, the one that does the, where is it? Off the top of my head, can't Harvest the Troll, so we got that. But obviously we've got Explosive Vegetation as well. So, you know, we're not a rampy sort of deck, but this will help us get a couple of basic lands onto there. maybe get some triggers late games with the Oran Reef Hydra or something like that, or help us early. So we're going to run 3 of them. And then a full play set of my favourite card, which is Nisai Voice of Zendikar. Gets us our early blockers with the plants, and it puts 1/1 counters on each creature you call for a -2. So obviously that's a great effect for us. And then, you know, the -7, you gain X life, draw X card, where X is number of lands you control. So, you know, the green Sphinx's Rev kind of thing is the ultimate, which is pretty sweet. So we're going to run 4 of them. So like I said, the land base is, well, it's simple. Everyone can afford forests. It's all forests. 24 of them. All there for us. So anyway, guys, that was the deck. So we're going to move on to the sideboard. 4-drop creature that I put in there. Maybe try Suruk of the Hunt Caller. It is legendary, which is why, you know, I didn't really want it in my main board. But, you know, it's a different angle maybe to go. Suruk is a pretty sweet card, so we've got 3 of them in there. Maybe change to another big beater in Gladeheart Cavalry. It's a 6/6 for 7. But it does have support 6, which obviously puts counters on each of up to 6 other target creatures. And whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter and it dies, you gain 2 life. So obviously good synergy with the deck. And a nice little hexproof guy in case we come up against a lot of removal heavy decks. Plated Crusher costs 7. And it's a 7/6 trample with hexproof, which is obviously pretty cool. We've got another inspiring call to draw cards. Retreat to Kazandu, obviously it's cost 3. When a land enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter, which is good for us, and you gain 2 lives. So we've got a couple of them. Couple of Plummet to deal with some flyers. Pulse and Marassa, against any aggro-y sort of decks. We've got the 6 life gain from it, and you can return a creature card or a land card from the graveyard to your owner's hand. So that's a nice bit of life gain there. And just in case, obviously, if we need obviously more than the explosive vegetation, we can put in this as Pilgrimage. We've got 24 land, but they're all forest, so obviously we can search for 2 forest cards, and we might be able to you know, trigger Spell Mastery, because we're going to have more instants and sorceries in our sideboard that we could use to trigger that as well. So guys, this is the deck. It's mono green. You see the idea of the deck. It's obviously sort of a counter based deck. Creatures hopefully getting big and stompy as green does. Let me know what you think of the deck. You know, I'm looking for any excuse really to play Nissa Voice of Zendikar at the moment, or just because I love it. And I get to use my nice little tokens there that I bought just because I wanted to. Anyway guys, yeah, let me know what you think of that. Anything you think I could add. Like I said, you know, from the new set, we will hopefully be able to add some new cards in. But this deck is, you know, it is ready for rotation, which is, you know, which is what we want. We want decks that, you know, ready to play now, and then hopefully, you know, you can just go down there, start battling. You're not going to have to change it. You know, we're not going to have rhinos anymore or anything like that. We've got some, you know, good cards coming in the Shadows of Innistrad. Maybe, you know, Ulven Ward of Hydra that I saw. That is a 6-mana Hydra. It's got reach. Its power and toughness equals the number of lands you control. So, you know, we could change it around a bit. Put the Pilgrim in, stuff like that. Which is a pretty sweet card. Yeah, it's got some nice cards coming up. Sage of Ancient Lore, which is obviously equal to the number of cards in your hand that maybe we could use. But yeah. Anyway, guys, this is the deck at the moment. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope you like it, and if you can put it together and let me see how, you know, let me know how you get on with it, as always. Anyway, guys, this has been Deck Tech Tuesday. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week. Cheers, guys.